Welcome to the guide for Strategic Executioner Dual Wield build for late game and New Game Plus. This is the build I was using to run through the last region and it proved to be very good. However, there are a couple of things that can be changed and thankfully this is a good template for any kind of skill setup because this type of a build is not dedicated to any skill in particular, but it's more of a set combination that allows player to choose whatever skills they want. Here are a few highlights and then I'll go into the build. For this build I'm using a combination of 4 sets. To be able to do that we need to have that special jarling that reduces set requirements by -1. Weapon is part of the Devourer set as it gives us confront damage increase 10%, which means anytime we are against the boss 1v1, which is what confront means, our damage is increased by 10%. In the armor set slots is the Executioner set. It's a fantastic set that does general increase in very useful things like brutal attack damage, brutal recovery, stamina damage increase. I would suggest trying to get affixes that increase stamina damage, attack damage and stamina recovery. Those would be the priority ones. Max stamina increase is also good. One of the accessories is part of Bishop set, because with Bring Dodge we get stamina damage increase for 10 seconds buff. Another one is the Strategist set, which is a mandatory set pretty much for most builds because it has 30% chance to halve the damage received. Very useful. This is how my stats look like: Vitality, Endurance, Willpower, Priorities. Strength at 20 to get Agility B, and that's about it. Couple points into proficiency are welcomed as well. As for the skills, we have Howling Blade and Whirlwind options. Now Whirlwind is very useful against a lot of the bosses, but against some, like the last boss, it's not a very good skill because it's going to put you in nasty situations due to the lengthy nature of the combo. So in that case I respec into Howling Blade because it helps a lot to be able to dish out damage in much shorter fashion, meaning much shorter combo duration. So switch between these two depending on the boss that you're facing. From the Potent Blow options I'm using the Dragon Slayer, although Gust is fantastic as well. I've used Gust in my previous dual wield build, so that's why I went with Dragon Slayer this time around. Counter skill that can nullify damage is Summer Breeze in this case, but you can go for Flesh Cutter instead. Up to you. Flesh Cutter is much easier to use defensively, but Summer Breeze is really efficient offensively. So it's a toss-up. I don't have a preference here. I've played with Flash Cutter before, that's why I'm playing now with Summer Breeze, and I find it very useful. Copy-paste skills from Penetrate, and then we go into the last section. Here a very cool thing is reversal, because you can use that to dish out damage while going backwards. This is very useful because it makes dual wield play at a much longer distance. This move is one of my favorites, to be honest, and I love using it. It's very efficient, very useful, and it can do decent amount of damage for just one hit. I'll show you here in the training a couple of moves that we use often in combat, like going backwards and throwing the axe, how to charge that move, how to use breeze dash, and how to use the attack cancel option that is reversal. This is example of the reversal used during the swift attacks. Reversal can only be used during swift attacks, and it gives you invincibility window. Basically it allows you to cancel any of the swift attacks at any time during the startup of the attack or end of the attack or middle, doesn't matter, it allows you to cancel at any time and go backwards. It does cost stamina and it has very short invincibility windows, so you can still get hit quite easily. It's a difficult move to use efficiently during the boss fights, but it definitely helps in certain situations, especially when you know what's coming. Next is my favorite move, the axe throw when going backwards. Basically dodge backwards and press the attack button to throw the axe. It's a fantastic distance move that can do some damage, not that much, but it can be done from safe distance, which is a very rare thing in this game. There's also a charged version of that move. Hold attack and dodge button and then dodge backwards and release in order to do the charged version of the axe throw. Next one is breeze dash. It's difficult to counter enemies with this sometimes because it has a weird hitbox thing, but it can be done. I'll slow it down a bit so that you can see when exactly the nullified damage thing is. Anyway, that's all for this build. Hope you like it, hope it helps, and thanks for watching.